All right, let's do this. So we have a not a situation, but I think I might be a little animated emote burnt out. And it's partly because I think I bit off more than I can chew, and I'm struggling like crazy, trying to figure out. It's the animation themselves, and when you're thinking about like 3 different things, like, I don't know why I did this to myself. I think 2 of the projects are getting scrapped. I'm still pushing through with to take my money. Emote. It seems to be that's the one that I really want to get done, and I should focus in on it. The eating popcorn while watching drama. Is the other one that I really want to get done. I barely even scratched the surface on the peanut butter jelly time, putting cumin in a banana soup. I don't know. That might get dropped. And then the 2 others, the 2 that I'm probably going to drop is the one, the moonwalking. I am watching Michael Jackson do it a million freaking times, and I am not catching on. And I think I really wanted this to go quickly, and it's not. And then I have the Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine doing the bye 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 dance. Which I thought was like, I'm trying to figure out. I'm still, where that's concerned, I'm still trying to figure out which part of the dance that I want. I think I definitely want the bye bye bye. You know, with them doing that across, like a whole, like across the way. But I also like the shaking of the head, and also there's no movement in that. And maybe I'll just combine them. I don't know. I like that. I like where it's not a lot of movement. 5 animated emotes that I'm in the middle of trying to make, and I think I'm hoping that that's the only problem, is the fact that I'm so split focused that I can't get, I got I forgot what it's called, but something paralysis. I'm basically frozen. I can't get any. I got so much to do. I can't get anything done, and I'm not even really making any progress on it has definitely affected me, because Soul Teddy plays this is the second in a couple weeks since I met this guy. This is the second bean that I made for them, because they just did a freaking model update. And I'm like, and I should have actually stuck to my guns and I definitely the very thing here's something. The very thing that I complain a lot, the connection. I probably have mentioned that like a million times. My purpose, my reasoning, all that stuff, all just boils down to one thing: connection. Me trying to make a connection to you. There are, and this is not an exaggeration, on Twitch, there are at least 200 people that I don't really have a connection to, but they're following me, which is I think is really nice. I think it's great that they're following me. And the other day, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna really like this one. The other day, I was seeing who was on, and it's at least they're all streamers. And they're all doing the same thing that I'm doing. They're all trying to eke out, their place in this crazy ass what do you call it? I was gonna say this crazy ass world, but I wanted to call it something else. My brain. It's kind of crazy ass world. Can't think of it. That we live in, that, and I'm not being supportive of that. I'm not trying to make the connection to that. Here it is. They did the initial big step of basically connecting to me, and I have not been making the connection to them. Now, whether they want that or not, I don't know, and whether I'm going to scare them off or not, I don't know that either. I know nothing. absolutely nothing about it because it's something that I think I wasn't prepared for, and it's something that I was not considering when I was becoming a streamer. I keep remarking that this is our community, but the truth of the matter is that the the community that I really belong to centers around me, and I dictate the terms of what happens in the community. And some might say I'm benevolent, but I don't think I am. But I do spout out a lot of bullshit about how I'm, giving everybody their turn, and their place, their seat at the table, as it was, and because nobody's really taken a seat, I felt like I've had to run the show. Last October, you always turn this way, face the camera. Last October, we're gonna pause. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I basically forced it, and I made it happen, and I realized I could do that. I definitely have the ability. It's definitely within my power. It definitely takes a lot out of me. It's definitely something I can't sustain. As everybody knows, the first 2 years I was basically doing higgledy piggledy, and then I basically was just streaming all the time, and I could not sustain that. Um, Now with the schedule and doing this thing, this is something that I think I can sustain, and it's what I'm offering. It's what I'm willing to give. And the thing is that I kind of feel bad because um, I don't know how much of a connection. I mean, there are so many people that I've made connections to, and I was I've done the whole let's work it, and they basically it's kind of like that's not what I want. And some of them don't stay my friend because I do that. So maybe that's what it is, but it I don't know where everybody fits in unless I try, and I have to basically be able to do what I can do. At the same time, I got to make the effort, and I have to be aware of the fact that, not that I'm failing, I was going to say my failings or my shortcomings. It's not either of those things. It's just ability. Um, and I hope that people can understand. I hope that I can understand when people basically do the same thing to me, and know the difference between somebody basically, you know, shining me off, or freaking, not having the ability and the time, and or they're just too bogged down with everything. I mean, I have a work life. I have a work life, I have a private life, and I have a streaming life. And I have a sleeping life that has to be acknowledged in there too. Um, and all these aspects of my life, we have to basically fit and work together. And yeah, when I have a day off, my streaming life does not absorb it like it used to. I'm sorry. But I think during during that time that I was basically just absolutely, out going crazy, I did gain a lot of followers, and I didn't realize, like, a lot of them just basically kind of fell through the cracks. And if I wasn't giving the them the attention that they needed, then I'm kind of at fault, even though I'm spouting this freaking bullshit that how I want to have, you got to make the connection, you got to do this. Yeah, nobody has to do anything. And it's the reason why I say that, because if we're both we're partners in this. This is the real partnership. This is the real affiliating. This is the real connection. Is between the people, not us and Twitch, not us and YouTube, not any of that shit. I don't know. I don't know anything. But I feel that I'm, kind of the hypocrite in saying that, you have to do. Nobody has to do anything. You don't have to do anything. People don't have to even subscribe. Do I like it? Yes. Does it make a connection? Yes. That's how I've been rolling. But the thing is that when people do their part, when people, make comments in the comments below, and I do the second connection and I do the third connection, and it kind of like does this stuff, and maybe they watch these videos and it's awesome. Hey, 10 people have viewed this video. Have they viewed it all the way through? No. People, everybody has their own time, their own things. You see what I'm going through. I'm going through my own thing. And I think about these things. I think about where the future is going to lead and how it's going to go and things like that. And there's things I worry about. And there's things that I like to solve the problem. I like to fix, what I feel is broken. And I don't want, I'll use YouTube as an example. I don't want YouTube to bend to my will, and, make me, viral and go crazy and have everything. I don't want that. I definitely don't want that, because I see what it brings in, and when it brings in that element, I kind of don't want that element. There's people that I adore. I'm, rightfully or wrongfully, I adore them because of what they have given me. And they're a flawed human being as well, and they're making their own mistakes, and they're on their own journey. And if we end up saying goodbye because of it, it's what it is. For this short time that we were, I relish it. I forgot what it's called when you're freaking basically garner for, oh my god, brain's not working. Brain goes burr. But I'm going to try to do better. I'm going to try to be a better version. Whether I succeed or not, succeed or fail, it's going to be, on my own terms. And I'm going to give people who are also, I always want to say to them, you're just like me. And, We might be the drop in the endless ocean, but together we are mighty. And that's how I look at it. All right. I got accused the other day of like this job that is exactly what it is to be. It's a job. It's not who I am. The post office was a job. I've not made any bones about the fact that I loved delivering mail. In fact, I still wake up sometimes wondering why I'm not delivering mail anymore. Because I love to deliver the mail. It was my connection to people, and it was a short little thing. It was enough. I got enough of it with basically the general public to feed my ego and do what I wanted to do, and at the same time I didn't have to deal with people, and I didn't have to have all that stuff. AI is here. AI is, there's already people whole cloth addicted to AI and so dependent on it that they can't function without it. That already exists. And I don't know how to tell them, like, going, listen, I know it's more difficult. I know it's more difficult. It's more difficult to not have it, because that makes things easy. But I'm one of these people that feels like if you give up your creativity, if you give up, all this stuff, here I am. I'm struggling. I'm absolutely struggling right now with my art. And it's nobody else's fault but my own. And it for me, it goes beyond just being challenged. It's paralyzing. I'm trying to work through it. But for me, even doing what I'm doing right now, even making these videos, is something that I actually thought, here I am. I'm closing in on 900 freaking morning commute videos, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm still have to push myself to do it. It would still be so much easier to not hit the record button on my way to work and listen to music or news or something else, or call a friend. It'd be so much easier to do anything but this. Me talking to myself. I worry sometimes that me talking to myself has become the thing. And this is easy. This isn't the hard part. Because all I have to do is just hit record and drive. I don't have any agenda whatsoever. I don't have anything to do. The world is my oyster, as it was. And I'm still struggling with it. I don't ever say that art's easy. I say that anybody can do it. Anybody can, and I believe that. What was it? The movie Ratatouille. Ratatouille. When they said anybody could cook, I believe that. I believe anybody could cook, but they stressed that like it takes a lot of time and a lot of heart. It'll burn you out. It'll burn you to the ground. And it's how badly do you want it? Do you want, are you willing to take the heat even if you can't take it? What's that saying? If you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Well, guess what? If you want to cook, you got to take the heat. And sometimes you got to push through it. And art is no different. If you want to create, if you see the art that you want to create, if you want to, if there's visions in your head and stuff like that you want to do it, I'm not kidding. Anybody could do it. And it starts with drawing a line, and then drawing another line, and keep drawing all the lines that you want until you draw all the line till you finally draw the lines that you want that look good for you. And you have to keep doing it. That's how I did it. There is no to create the magic, there is no innate ability. I don't have it. I was not born a good artist. And some people will even argue that I'm not a good artist. But the one thing that I have that most people don't have is I have a lot of time in and a lot of thought doing it. And I challenge myself. I don't rest on my laurels. I don't stop and keep repeating the exact same thing that I created over and over and over again, even though it may seem like that. 2 years, 5 years, whatever, I'm going to probably redo my templates again and have a completely different look to it. There might be arms, there might be hands, there might be toes. There might be a nose. Just so you know, it makes me feel good when people tell me that I'm the GOAT, and it makes me feel good when people tell me that. This is amazing, and I hope that I can make it look easy. But if somebody's interested in doing this, it's not easy. And like I said, natural ability might get people so far. But I've known musicians. who are really good at an instrument, and they don't, because it's not challenging to them, they don't do anything with it. And I'm like going, oh, what a waste of talent. And it's like, no, it's not. I myself, I have a couple years of piano under my belt, and I play keyboards in bands, and I was very much into, for a long time, Doors music, which very much keyboard or organ central. And even though and I haven't mentioned this in a million years, but when I was very little, my uncle said that I was the reincarnation of Jim Morrison. And for a long time, I thought I was burdened. With the responsibility of being such a creative person. And the truth is that I am definitely not Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison's Jim Morrison. I'm cute. That's it. That's where it begins and ends. As far as the band itself is concerned, I'm more like Ray Manzarek. Than Jim Morrison. And I don't know if I thought of that or acknowledged that when I was younger, whether it would have changed my trajectory. And who knows, I could have been in a band all this time. Could have been a famous musician all this time if I acknowledged where my talent really was. Now I laugh because I haven't played the piano in so long that I don't even know if I can still play it. I have no idea. I haven't sculpted in so long that I don't know if I can still sculpt. I haven't done a lot of things in a very long time. They're just there. I don't know. I really don't know if I could do that. And getting back to what I'm currently doing and I'm struggling with. I don't know why I am fixated on old memes and old things, and I should be, trying to create something new. Try to create something that nobody's ever seen before. Because those things, though rare, but those aspects of art for me is what makes it all worthwhile. And the reason why, this is the big reason, the reason why I don't want to do commissions. I mean, I will. And if I could earn a living doing it, I would spend 8 hours, but I would also spend the rest of my time doing what I'm currently doing. And even though I love doing art, doing commissions, working for somebody, creating their vision is not where I want to be. And I think that the fact that because it's free, people have to accept what I create. There's that, and there's the acknowledging the fact that there's the acknowledging the fact that oh my god, I just lost my train of thought. I lost it. I'm going to try to do better. I'm going to try to be better than what I've done so far. And it is definitely not for anything more than me acknowledging, what it is. And who knows? Maybe these people who have tried to make the connection to me, maybe these people, it will turn into something more. And I would be very happy if that happens. Because maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one who's not making the connection happen. Speaking about that, cool beans in the comments below. I really, after all I just said, YouTube does not make it easy. Not even in the slightest. For me to know who is here and doing things. And I have been told in the past that there is something to be said. The algorithm sees comments and does its own thing, and I don't know anything about it. I'm not going viral. That's not happening. So, and if I did, it won't be because somebody made a comment. It would be because people went against the algorithm and came and watched my videos despite it. That's the only way the algorithm's going to acknowledge me. So cool beans in the comments below. It doesn't have to be cool beans. It could be whatever you want. The reason I like it to be cool beans is because it lets me know that you watched this video to this point. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. And if you are one of the people who has tried to make the connection to me and I seem to have forgotten you, I did, and I'm sorry, and let's change that. So have a wonderful time, and I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a fantastic time doing it. All right, take care. All right, bye.